How to get a salary raise in Europe? Why Europe? Does it matter if it's Europe, Asia, or Latin America? It does. Every continent hums in their own way, and so does Europe. In this video, I will provide tips on how the European market works and how you can access more euros during your career journey. Let's go! Hi, it's Lassi Albin. Welcome to my channel where I share weekly tips and advice on how you can accelerate your career. I'm a senior certified coach with an industry background, and I've had the opportunity to career coach hundreds of talented professionals just like yourself. In case you're into weekly career acceleration tips, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Europe, European Union, and the countries in it are socialistic in nature. And that's just the way the club works. But what is the impact of that for you as an individual? Your fixed salary will most probably be coming directly from a predefined table of letters and numbers. A3 level, here's the range. B6, there you go, and so forth. Before we continue, I wanted to share some exciting news with you. My new online, on-demand program, How to Advance Your Career with Your Current Employer, is officially live and ready for you. So if you're looking to speed up your career progress, check this program out via the link in the description. The more north you go, the tighter the tables that you will be looking at. That brings us to our tip number 1. Be surgical to know where the ranges are in those tables and push yourself to the upper limit of the position range. There is empowerment in there that people can agree and give you that maximum range. Beyond that, don't fight the system. You can't fight the tables. They're predefined and you can't really change them. Max them out and leave it at that. Variable compensation has more room to maneuver. Banking in London, head of sales for an FMCG in France, variable compensation can reach very interesting levels, before tax, of course. Tip number 2. Once you have maxed out the fixed range, put the main focus on negotiating variable compensation. And your final objective is, of course, to have an uncapped bonus target as a variable. Tip number 3, follow your industry and function. This is probably the most important of all the tips. A tiny village south of Portugal will not provide the head of finance roles that London or Frankfurt can. On the other hand, if you're looking for entry into car industry, then you definitely have to set house either in Germany, Italy, France, or potentially UK. If you're into sports industry, Adidas and Reebok are based in Germany, Nike EMEA headquarters is in the Netherlands. On the other hand, pharma, that happens in Switzerland, Germany, or UK. You get the picture. Find the companies that truly matter globally, get access in a way you can, learn the languages, build your own entry. If you truly aspire to build a global career, you need to be in the right location in Europe. Tip number 4. Young talent use exposure to advance. If you're a young talent based, for example, in Sweden, who wants to really work for BMW, call BMW's young talent HR person and ask. Ask in which schools they recruit, where do they collaborate the most. Enroll into one of those programs in those schools, and yes, they will most probably be somewhere in south of Germany. Get your stuff and go out there. Land an internship at BMW through the school's exposure, and then get a final contract to join BMW. And finally, tip number 5, cost of living. We're talking about getting a raise, but cost of living is actually a big part of that raise. There are big differences in Europe and you have to have a look at that as a big picture. As socialistic as Europe is, Europe's cost of living differs a lot. Especially if you're raising a family, taxes are high everywhere, but in places like the Nordics, Switzerland, you can have access for free public education in multiple languages. Most of European countries give you free public education, but in multiple languages that your children are knowledgeable in. Another thing is housing. Housing expenses vary a lot as well. A London downtown location versus countryside next to Adidas headquarters in Germany, very different. But again here, family size defines your total expense structure. So just bear in mind the cost of living expenses in different European locations. So those are a few of my tips to get a raise in Europe, but not just a raise, but to work for industries and companies that you really like. All is possible. You just have to get your butt moving and make some bold decisions on where to live, how to live, and what is your career path along the way. If you like this video, give it a like, comment, and share. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next career video.